Good morning, everybody out there. My name is Prentice, and I'm coming on here real quick to make this video. And this is going to be kind of a free form discussion video right here. Normally, I make videos and I kind of speak on things and say, like, this is my opinion on some things, and I try to make a little title that is kind of catchy to people so they can, say, oh, what's that, and become interested, I guess. But this is more of a let's just get down to the basic. As my auntie would say, people have book smart, street smart, and common sense. Which one do you have? Some have one, maybe two, some have none. And like, I'm looking at all this stuff on the news, fathers and mothers and relationships and people dealing with in the political climate right now with things and stuff, all of that. And like, you see people kind of losing it, I guess you could say. Not kind of, like killing whole families and themselves recently in the news, all type of stuff going. It just seems crazy, the amount of things going on, and you will never know what a person is dealing with just by looking at them, or something you really probably could not even imagine. And this even applies in my own personal life. And what I've realized is you can only control the things that are in front of you, and sometimes you really don't even have control over that, if you're being completely honest, in a lot of ways. But you can walk with like faith and hope that nothing is going to happen and all this other stuff. But it's like you try to maintain a level head, and you try to leave emotion out of things and use logic, reason, and rationale with stuff when it comes to dealing with different situations in life. But where a lot of people are experiencing and realizing is that that we live within a system that was set up not for people to succeed, but rather to fail. And then there's this whole issue of whether or not keeping up with the Joneses, the American dream, this idea of capitalism, materialism, acquiring things and stuff. And you get caught up in all of that instead of understanding the totality of the history of people, and specifically me as a black man, what is the lineage and history of things for that. And it will cause you to lose sight of, if I'm not making $1 million, then I'm a failure. If I'm not making $100,000, I'm a failure. While most people don't make these, and most people are out here struggling. So I'm just making this video to tell people, keep y'all heads up. Don't lose sight of what the bigger picture of things is, and it's not about what we have, but who we are, and treat people the way you want to be treated. Because right now it's so much going on, and people out here really are struggling, and I don't think people are talking about enough. Stay blessed.